way of putting it, they can just come up.
We're back 4 months later to see if gremlins got the better of them or if the bungalows...
As you know, when you start working on projects, gremlins pop up, you don't know what you're coming across.
Gremlins, that's a good word. It's a good way of putting it. They can just come up.
We're back 4 months later to see if gremlins got the better of them or if the bungalow's flow had been restored. This layout is so much better with a knock-through kitchen diner, and the sun has set on the odd sunroom layout with the back extension being completely rebuilt. Upstairs, they've got a loo in the location I thought best, and the quality throughout is top of the league. There's been so much structural work with beams and plumbing, so there must have been a gremlin or two. Time to ask Ross and Glenn.
No, there wasn't really any gremlins in the end. We come across a couple of small issues, one being the windows. The sealed units had all blown, so it had to be changed. Probably a little bit of the plumbing side. Some of the plumbing design wasn't quite to scratch, so we just basically ripped out the plumbing and started again. Apart from that, no gremlins really.
There must have been more serious gremlins than that. What about the subsiding garage?
Well, on the first investigation of the garage, we thought the garage was subsiding. But on further investigation, it was evident that it wasn't actually subsiding. It was actually just poorly built. We had our structural engineer overlook it. We demolished it, rebuilt it, but what we cleverly done was we stole the back half of the garage and converted it into a double bedroom, and we kept the front half of storage.
Gremlin into a goal for the former semi-pro footballers. Surely getting the toilet upstairs was an issue.
We knew we wanted to get some form of toilet or shower in that room, but it was always going to be awkward for us because we would have to get planning permission as a dormer. But what we have managed to do is get a toilet with a built-in sink on top, and we built an extra little door to cover the boiler away from the space.
A good compromise, I think. What about this flooring that I just love? It must have been a bit tricky.
We decided to go for a herringbone format, a little bit different. We did have a few issues with the subfloor because there was a few different levels, so it did take a lot of latex to build up the floors. The carpets were all done by my dad. He's been in the flooring trade for 30 plus years, and one of his guys who specialised in luxury vinyl tile, done all the luxury vinyl tile, and the bathroom, the vinyl flooring in there was done by, again, a vinyl specialist.
In footballing terms, I believe it's called great techers, but Dion can keep me right. The back of the house is back of the net, having been completely re-rendered, and the expanded decking and landscaping is brilliant. Okay, I know the gremlin. It must have been that 4 to 6 week timescale.
In total, we spent approximately 6 weeks on the project, so we're very happy with the timescales, considering we had other works to do as well.
So even though we're back just over 4 months later, the work itself took just 6 weeks as they juggled this project between their other commitments. What about their budget?
Well, the budget was kept as it was planned at 20,000. However, we did do more work. So within that budget, we have installed extra windows. We've done extra plastering to a lot of the property. We did install a shower and a bath to the downstairs bathroom, which we weren't planning on doing, and we did manage to get the toilet in upstairs, all within that budget.
Well, I can't find any faults with the guys' work here. Here's hoping 2 local estate agents can't either, starting with the one who saw it last time.
The transformation is absolutely wonderful. Really nice, light, bright, airy rooms with a lovely clean finish. The changes that they've made to the layout are a really positive one. The flow is absolutely beautiful, and the addition to a cloakroom upstairs is particularly important.
It's fantastic in the works that they have done, and they have really thought about the detail, including the upstairs cloakroom that they have put in. The garden being south-facing is always a good aspect to the property, and especially what they've done with the decking. And you've also got that room downstairs. It makes it a very versatile living space throughout the property.
The 4 guys have spent £184,000 on the property and want to sell. So what could they get?
If we were were to place the property on the open market for sale, that would be in the region of £260,000 to £270,000.
I would recommend a marketing price of £260,000 to £270,000.
That's funny because we had it valued 2 days ago, and the estate agent said between 260 and between 270,000. So obviously we're going to market at 270, and obviously hoping for somewhere around that region.
If they sell at 270 grand, that's a profit of £86,000 before taxes and fees. Not just a sizable profit, but a winning start for the team and not a gremlin in sight.
I feel brilliant about us. The four of us get on really well as friends and business partners. So obviously every day, it's like school day.
Time now to head to Sneed Green. Only a mile and a half from the city of Stoke in Staffordshire, Sneed Green is a residential area and perhaps most surprisingly boasts an oat cake shop. Staffordshire oat cakes are a speciality here, and at the height of the pottery industry they were sold through windows directly to workers in the street.
Well, a few minutes walk from the local shops in this popular residential street is the property I'm here to see. It is a mid-terrace, 2 bedrooms, guide price at 55,000 quid. Looks all right. Let's have a look inside. So, into the hallway, and oh my word, what is that? You know what? I keep on thinking I've seen it all. In 16 years on Homes Under the Hammer, and then you're faced with that. Absolutely outstanding. This is a stone partition wall, and somebody has built in a display cabinet, complete with little porcelain figurines. Wow, outstanding. Meanwhile, if I can get my head round that, in here, this is your front living room. Why is there a wall there anyway? Get rid of it. The fireplace, very dated. Can take a bit more time to get that sorted out. Okay, what else is in store? So what other outstanding internal design features are there in here? And actually, you know what? Nothing too much to speak of. We've got an understairs cupboard, and stairs into the bedrooms over there. This is a sitting room. I mean, it does mean that you would never be able to knock those two together because you've got a major, but I say never. I mean, you've got the staircase there. It's probably not worth switching it around onto the side. A lot of work. I think it's going to be worth the bother. A very classic layout there. You've got these 2 rooms at the front, and then through here, surprise, surprise, kitchen. Very dated, a bit narrow, but I think you could have, you could tidy this up pretty easily. And then right to the rear of the property where you've got the traditional place for the bathroom, toilet, etc. So apart from some quirky little features, it is just a standard terrace. And for that, it does its job very well.
There are no surprises here that I can see. Standard terrace, standard layout, standard renovation job.
So, at the rear of the property, fairly classic construction. This is like a single-storey extension which houses part of the kitchen and that downstairs loo. And there would have normally been some kind of, I don't know, outdoor space here. Well, there is an outdoor space, but it's full of this thing. I'm not sure what it is. I think there's an access to it from that little rear road. So perhaps it's a garage, which is useful. I don't think it's that well constructed. And it does mean you haven't got any outdoor space at all. So if storage space is a premium, you probably want to keep it. If you want a bit of an outdoor life, probably needs to go.
Another thing that probably needs to go out here is this rickety-looking lean-to. It's locked, so Martin can't get in, but a peek through the rear reception window shows that it's in a bit of a sorry state.
Up some incredibly steep stairs to the 2 bedrooms, one at the front of the property and one at the back. They're both good sizes, they're both doubles. I don't really think there's too much you can do up here. And you know, sometimes you've just got to let a property lie, you know what I mean? Just let it be as it is. It Do you want to put a bathroom up here? No. Do you want to make another bedroom up here? No. It's 2 double bedrooms. It does what it's supposed to. Just leave it as it is.
And the best part of leaving it as it is that it keeps costs down, which can only be a good thing for the bottom line of this 2-bed mid-terrace guided at £55,000 plus. But what will a local agent make of it?
It's a full renovation, really. From what I've seen, the
hoorde een
windows
tissue
look
pakken.
okay.
Dat klonk zo.
And there is
Wat was dat?
a decent
Maar het klonk wel
boiler
zo,
in.
alsof je een tissue
However, the
trok.
rest of the property needs a full refurbishment.
Welke?
Particularly, I would do something downstairs with the first
Nee,
reception
want ik
room.
dacht dat je naar de
It's
play
not
liep.
really any use at all at the size that it is. I would also address in the bedrooms the polystyrene tiles.
The agent makes a good point with regards to the tiles. They're not really desirable in the modern market. And while they might not be illegal, this agent, for example, says he wouldn't be too keen to manage a rental property with them in it. It seems the general consensus is it would be best to remove them. So once everything has been sorted out, what could this property, guided at £55,000 plus, be worth?
Once renovated, we would look at putting the property on the market in the region of £80,000.
But it seems this property could be prime rental material.
If we were to let out the property, I would recommend a figure in the region of £425 to £450 per calendar month.
Well, it needs a bit of updating and modernising, but intrinsically, there's nothing wrong with this house. It would make a good home or an excellent rental property. So let's see who bought it when it went under the hammer.
The lot failed to meet its reserve price in the room, but afterwards a deal was done with Lee and he got it for 50 grand. Lee is a full-time developer. He's been on the show before. Last time was when he renovated this 3-bed end terrace in Smallthorne, just down the road. He met with Martin back at the house for a chat about his plans for this one.
Lee, good to see you again.
Good to see you again too.
You're becoming a Homes on the Hammer regular. But it was about 5 years ago, I think, when I saw you.
That's right, yeah.
And then Dion going.
Yeah, a year later, he visited Smallthorne as well.
So we obviously haven't put you off.
No, full steam ahead since you left me.
What have you been up to? You obviously did those properties, obviously.
Yeah, so when I saw you, I think it was 2014.
Right.
I went to mad buying houses, built on my portfolio, and then. Actually, there's another story. I don't know if I should tell you.
Well, you tell me. It sounds very intriguing.
I met a nice girl. My head turned to mush. Stopped buying houses. And then she's had enough of me, so now I'm back to buying houses.
That's very funny.
Yeah, the danger is I've met another girl.
Oh no.
My head's staying strong this time.
They don't have to be mutually exclusive, do they? You can have a girl and still do houses.
Well, at the moment it's working.
Is it? Wow. So, but here we are in another one you bought. Now, what happened though? Because you weren't bidding at the auction, right?
That's right. So I was actually at the auction. I was there. I think I was looking at another property. Didn't get it. Saw what didn't sell. Made a load of viewings the next day. I think it was a couple of days later I got a viewing on this one. Couple of others. They're all good. This one ticks all the boxes. My area, my renovation work. Lots of options with it. Right price as well. Made a cheeky offer. Accepted.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so you saved yourself a bit, but you got to know the owner and all that kind of stuff.
That's right, but it puts you in a predicament of, I didn't really want this house, I've only bought this house because it's at the right price. So now I'm in here with the cameras, what do I do? Well, to be honest with you, I haven't made a plan yet. I've just found out we've got a garage at the back.
You came to see it, right?
Oh yeah, I came to see it the day after the auction.
But missed the garage.
Didn't look for the garage.
What you must have seen is the very, very, very interesting internal features like that.
That's right, but an internal wall doesn't put me off, so that can be flattened within an hour. It's more to the point of looking at the walls like this, thinking that needs modernising and bringing up to date. Things like the gas heaters, to do with. But in this case, we've already got central heating, so it's not going to be a hindrance to remove the fires.
Yeah. So immediately, I know it's all new, but what are you going to do?
Initially, I'd come in and I would change the bathroom, the kitchen, the flooring. In this instance, it looks like I've changed some walling. The roof's good, the windows are good, the doors are good. The boiler's good. Even the fitted wardrobes upstairs can remain if I refit the carpets.
Okay.
So, you know, I've got to spend short of £5,000 to do that.
And do it yourself, and you have a team?
Well, I've not so much a team, but I've got, you know, I ring up my roofer, he just comes, I text my doorman. In this case, I can't text him, it's already got UPVC. I've got a kitchen man who will come and refit my carpet man. So, in effect, I'm doing all the horrible jobs. Not so much ringing around, but moving rubbish.
Right.
Getting rid of rubbish, piling up rubbish. You know, I don't enjoy that, but I enjoy the freedom this job gives me.
So what about timescale then? I mean, any idea how long it's going to take?
Well, I've got an holiday in 6 weeks.
Right.
And I'd love to have this all tied up and finished and knowing what I'm doing with it, with a plan, or with a tenant in, or for sale, private treaty.
Right.
Because the work that's being done is standard, and I'll be paying people to do the kitchen, fit the carpets. So, you know, 10 days worth of dirty work down here, me ripping things up and stuff, should be all I need to do.
Right. Well, listen, it's lovely to see you again.
Thank you.
I'm absolutely convinced we'll see you again at some point in the not too distant future.
Lovely to meet you again.
Nice to see you too.
Vanavond in Meester Frank Visser doet uitspraak lopen de gemoederen in de Bloemstraat hoog op.
Ik kwam uit het ziekenhuis vandaan en het was de buurman een schutting aan het vernielen.
Nou, ik denk van nou, die gaat om. Ik maak hem steviger.
Ik zie dat jij meneer Van der Werf zijn schutting staat te slopen.
Meester Frank Visser doet uitspraak. Dank u wel. Vanavond om 20:30 op 6.
Deze chips zijn echt zo chill.
Het zijn gewoon chips.
Gewoon chips? Ze zijn geweldig.
Raar.
Alleen de allerbeste aardappels worden geteeld voor Lees. Lees heeft alleen duurzaam geteelde 100% kwaliteitsaardappels. Die door superveel kwaliteitschecks gaan en met zorg voor duurzaamheid verbouwd worden. Achter de beste chips zitten de beste aardappels.
Geef me nou maar de chips.
Onverslaanbaar.
Hoe zie jij de wereld?